have a very beautiful lady in the studio, and she's wearing my favorite color, red. She's popping. Harmony.
Yes, ma'am.
Akwaba.
Yeah. Nah.
Hey, yana na muwa.
Yenya. I'm still learning the tree.
Oh, you're still learning. Yana cheda woman.
Okay, yenya.
Woman no ya wana. Inti no se eka yana no chede. Ya mama mi.
Okay, yenya.
Nyonti yenya no chede your sister. Why I feel? What voice you do?
Odema.
Papa. I was really enjoying. Okay. And then I was waiting for the time and I bought to Ewe songs. I was actually looking forward to the Ewe songs. In Terry and carry a guy on to me. First one seen that. And I didn't know sounded that gun or my woman. Hey, and take us out. Oh, yeah, whoa. Yeah, not all first and you the second and you know and crano. Nina away. Oh, I bet you Mukaka. I bet you Mukaka. And then I have Chris.
Hello.
Chris K.
Thank you.
Akwaba.
Yeah.
Hey.
I had to pick it up.
Action first. Akwaba.
Thank you.
I loved your performance. I love your voice.
Wow.
There's something about your voice. It's striking. It catches your attention. Voice in Obama, Adam who is performing.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
You have a beautiful voice. Obi in Kencho,
no, but I mean, for it to come from you means a lot.
No one can say a fine boy.
Thank you.
Oh, he's blushing.
Oh my God, yeah.
Harmony. Yes, when you know, like short. On your beer not a kassan.
Okay. So basically gospel. And various. I did worship, and then I did reggae, and then I did praise. Most of the worship I did are in tree. I did it in a way. I did almost all the songs are sung in tree.
Oh, okay. Until I translate into Ewe. Oh,
or they are already there in Ewe by virtue of the fact that, I mean, most tree songs, we have the Ewe versions of them. Maybe it had been translated in the past and they have become like songs that are there for praise and worship. So you pick it up and you realize that this is the tree version of it. So most of them are like that. Then the second one was written by a very good friend of mine who used to be my music director way back. And, so that is a composition by Gideon Selamhosu Public. And then the third one is also a public domain song.
Okay.
It's a combination of hymns, one hymn and 2 public domain songs, also in Ewe, as a medley.
So I'm getting a message from a friend of mine. David. Therefore. Also, send the messages. That is my sister. That is my sister. David, hello. Yes, I'm interviewing your sister. And question I'm putting me bisa. I mean, there's no bamitri me bisa. Just one bamitri. So when I walked in and I saw you, I come to me there. Shira's gospel. Okay. I don't want you to feel inappropriate about this question, but I'm curious to ask. I'm curious. Your body, doesn't it distract people in church? Hey!
Oh my, is it supposed to? I'm wondering.
It doesn't distract people who are doing gospel.
Maybe it does. I wouldn't know. I don't know. So in fact, a lot of Ghanaians walk up to me and they ask if I'm a Ghanaian.
No, when I saw you, I said, no, she must be South African.
Oh, of course. I get that all the time. But I'm Ghanaian from Volta region. Keta to be precise.
Hey. I am still quite sure. Once you go your mash way, I'm a mash mama brodo. So people don't get distracted, like at all. Have you ever been in a position where you are performing and you think people are actually concentrating on you, as in you, than the song you're doing?
Well, if that happens, I wouldn't know. Because they feel that way, or they are concentrating. So there's never been a time when I'm performing or I am ministering, I focus on what I'm doing. Sometimes I even look above the people to be able to perform. So I don't even see them. So I can't really tell whether they are looking at me or they are concentrating on the song. But I believe that they are concentrating on the song.
That's what you want to believe. And me today, I'm telling you, they are not concentrating. Me today, I've told you that, because even me, I was not concentrating.
Oh my God.
Even me, I'm a girl. I was not concentrating. I listen to the song, guy, and I watch the body small, and I'll be like, nah, this body is from South Africa. This body is not from Ghana. And I'll start, you see, the boys are even saying they were hoping you would do 360.
Oh my God.
So it means you're not even concentrating on the song. You see, the thing, I have said it, maybe somebody may feel uncomfortable saying it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't want you to feel offended by it, but it was something I so wanted to ask, considering the fact that even in church, what's the chapel today? Hospital. Nkofo obi awo na yerba odaba hospital. Obi wo hom na nwa hawon. Ohu ada na attention na shift ntina wa ba chapel. Na wa ba chapel so no we bo hu ya temu. Body ya temu. But you're beautiful.
Thank you.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. My team is actually gushing over you in there. They keep distracting me with tell her she's beautiful, tell her she's beautiful, tell her she's beautiful. So I've told you. Pocho Makache and I, she's beautiful. I've given the message. Yes, darling. Your songs. Is that was a tree fine? What's a tree neti? Kakra, motu maka.
Oh, wait a minute.
Maka fancy netasi.
I love fancy.
Okay.
I love the tone of it.
You love the tone of it. Okay, Martin Toche, sisi, I'm comfortable. Maka fancy. What motivates you to do music?
Do music. Madase. So me share about me live it to this very point now. I'm purpose driven. I'm purpose driven, and me music has done a lot for me. If you remember from Brim, ABC, baby, I was yeah. I always may be a pay reflection a lot. Me tenase a customer drink ko echi ebisa me home same in terms of timelines. When did I start really following music? Why did I follow music? Me I mean to me who say I've had that sense of wanting to do music for a very, very long time. Me ba studio hanum no. I saw the keyboardist playing, and I remember the days I used to play keyboard. I used to play in church. I used to play keyboard. And see, for me, rapping is also part of the kind of music I've always loved to do. And you know, but it's purpose driven, basically purpose driven.
So apart from music,
I am an advocate, a health advocate, and a peer trainer. Me trainee and conform non-communicable diseases, the cancer, diabetes, hypertension. So they become advocates because I belong to the Ghana NCD Alliance, Ghana Non-Communicable Disease Alliance. Inti Ebanesa or more, they speak for themselves. You don't have somebody speaking on your issues. So it's a people-centered approach. I've been to Sefioso, to Kumasi, to the Northern region to train people to become advocates.
When no afford them bills, or your organization that you belong to another or your wankasa?
Is the organization.
The organization that wash bills nina. I see. How many? You were a banker. And you decided to stop and do music full time.
Music full time because even in the bank I was doing little entrepreneurship.
Okay.
So I would say I decided to take a break to do entrepreneurship and then focus on the music as well because I wasn't getting time for the music. when I was in the bank.
Is a nyum to no offerchis kapa?
Well, I personally haven't seen that yet, if that is what it is, because I have the passion for it. So the motive is not about the money, even if there is money in it, but it's more of the passion for it and the fact that I've been called to do it.
You've been called to do it. It will bring me to the topic here I had discussed over and over again, and still now I was actually coming to ask you a question on that. Maybe sir, you've been called to do it, and you're not recorder. What is that? A higher be transportation cost, makeup, water eshe, ninyina yiska. Inti se because you are passionate about it, because you've been called to do it. Let's say you are not getting any finances from it. How would you be able to keep pushing it, to keep financing yourself, to be able to keep doing that which you have been called to do? Okay,
so I believe the ultimate one that has called me would make provision, because more often than not, we don't, we can't really tell how the money is going to come. You have the passion for the thing, you want to do it. It's either you work and get the money to do it. When you invest into it, then it probably brings you the outcome or the money. Do you get it? But I believe that if God has called me to it, He will see me through. He will provide. He could speak to the heart of someone to sponsor me in one aspect or the other. He could help me get, for instance, I get a call to come to Original TV.
Original TV.
Isn't that superb? For free.
Yes.
I'm not paying anything.
We believe in pushing talent.
You understand? That's the point I am coming to. For some others, it is you have to come and pay and do it. But if I was in my corner, doing what God has asked me to do, and have been called to be pushed by Original TV, then I believe that He has called me and He will see me through. He will provide.
He will provide. The entrepreneurial, minim sa word in my bonny, your mamboni, and Padibiam come from no one when you go to school. Or you have a year.
Okay. So my grandmother used to do asana. I don't know if you know asana.
Yeah, asana. I love it.
Aliha. We call it aliha. So I'm into production of asana and lamujin. I used to do that way back when I was in the bank. So basically these two local drinks. I have other local drinks which I have tried, which I'll be adding to it. So I do it. I get orders for funerals, engagements, all kinds of things. People who know me, some even just buy and put in their fridge and drink, you know. So people who know me will order for it. So that's what I do. I used to do it way back. That, in fact, in itself was a hobby initially, and it became a trade. And then I'm also into wax prints, fragrances, and a whole lot. So anything I find exciting and I find the need in my area or whatever, I try my hands at it. And some way, somehow, it's been good so far.
It's been good so far.
Most importantly, one of the reasons why I had to leave the bank was because I wanted to take care of my home. Because you realize that when you are working in the bank, it takes majority of your time. You don't, even when I was in the bank, it was difficult to do music. So you can imagine what happens with your home. I have 3 girls. And if I have to, leave them to the hands of house helps and all that, you can imagine what would happen. So I had to, so a whole lot of factors made me
to your leaving the bank.
But I haven't regretted so far.
You haven't regretted.
Beautiful.
I'm yet to hear somebody who has left the bank and said he or she has regretted though.
Wow.
They said the pressure is too much.
Too much.
Chris, say na ebo keyboard.
Yeah.
No what your kawa.
No.
Did you ever ask to be paid?
No.
Until that time na ebo na won't your kawa na ye dan na show.
Beautiful question. So I can even take it from where she left off. I look at music in the long term. Music is more or less like a long-term investment. It has to start from somewhere. And it also comes in levels. If you look at the whole business structure of making music, even where we find ourselves now, you look at streaming platforms being one of the ways you generate income through music. The more people stream your music, the more you get paid. If you look at the process of getting to those streaming platforms, it comes with you having to subsidize or pay for some of these things. So it's like an investment. The issue is it's long term. So in most cases, you don't really see returns at the beginning. It takes time. And for me, I like to study the path of a lot of, big time musicians, just to find out how it was for them. If you are privileged or if you are favored or lucky, you get an early investor who understands the long term but is ready to invest in you. Let me give you a secret. When I started, one of the barriers is, so I'm a person with a physical disability.
I was going to come to that.
I have to go to a studio to record. One of the studios I used to go to was around Kolebu. And the studio, before accessing the studio, there's a gutter. And then going into the studio was steep. So, and as a creative, you need your sense of, creativity to be able to work freely. But for me to go through those processes to get into a studio, I'm already exhausted. That's one. There was another studio I had to go to where it was on a story building. Wow. So how do I then get there? So I had to sit down, reflect. Okay, Chris, you want to do music in the long term. How do you overcome these barriers? And one of the things I realized was, okay, these people are providing services for me that I pay for. Why don't I look at the money I pay for, look at raising some funds, and then building for myself a home studio? So I released my first album in December 17th. I recorded 95% of the vocals in my room. Wow. I took time. I took about 6 months to a year to learn how to use a DAW. I produced 4 of the 9 songs on the album. Wow. It's something. So it's a barrier. Like I say, music is long term. So you first of all are looking at the product. How do you keep on making the product to sell? It's business. You're making a product, you're selling it. How do you keep making it? That has to be solidified before you now move into distribution, publishing. And if you look at the Ghanaian context, the business side of what is happening here, it isn't as fluid as it should be, because there's a whole lot of, you have even the bigger stars that we look up to complaining about royalties. Sometimes it's discouraging. Yeah. What keeps you going is the passion. It's the drive. It's you knowing, okay, your story may be different, or even if you get to this barrier, think about how you're going to cross it. Like for me, I should have given up on music if I saw all these studios, how to access them being difficult and all of that. And even as I speak to you now, I'm really building my skill up in engineering, like mixing and mastering, so that at the end of the day, I have a good hold of the product I'm producing. So that at the end of the day, when I look at the other things I have to do, there's a progress, there's levels. Maybe the next time I should be sitting with you, I should be saying a different story. That, this is what I've got into now, so this is what I'm getting. But right now, it's a level, and we are more of investing into it than earning.
Let me ask this. No question maybe sano. Already, if you say answer no, into what you're saying. Were you born like this?
No.
What happened?
So it's hereditary. It's hereditary multisensory neuropathy. That was the diagnosis. And I got it from my dad. When I was born, I thought my dad had an accident. No, he had a condition. That was the whole story. But then what really happened, I remember like it was yesterday, when I was going to school. I was in senior high school. This was in 2007. And I was on my way to school. And all of a sudden, I felt weak. I felt weak. And going through, this was in SS2. And from that point to writing my WASI was difficult. Because when I was now finding out what was going on, that was when I realized that, oh, my dad didn't have an accident. He actually fell ill. And so why was I not told? I kept asking questions because I'm the only child. So a lot of things kept going on through my mind. But I by the grace of God, I was able to navigate through everything. When we were done with school, one of the interesting things I say is when we're done with school and my friends were looking forward to going to the university, I was looking forward to going to the next doctor to find out what was going on. I mean, health-wise. So it took me 9 years to get my diagnosis, which was in 2016.
Wow.
Yeah. So all of that period, what was I doing? I was trying to navigate through life, trying to understand all of that. And it didn't just happen for me to sit in a wheelchair. The condition is such that you lose muscle. Your nerves aren't feeding your muscle with what it needs to function. So as time went on, I kept wasting, the medical term is wasting muscle. And I started losing balance when I walk, so I started using a walking stick. And because the muscle waste was a bit too much, I had to use a wheelchair so that it holds my body in check so I could move around and all of that. It's a lot, right?
That's a lot. My time also, but still, there's a lot of questions I wish I could ask. How does it feel when you wake up in the morning? Definitely, there are days you'd miss when you used to walk by yourself. How does it feel?
I had a conversation with a friend yesterday. He's known me from way back. He said he still can't believe the fact that I use a wheelchair because we used to move around and all of that. He used to be my friend. Like, we're still friends. It is a feeling that really comes to me. It's like it really hits me most of the time. Sometimes when I go to bed, all I do is I reflect. But you see, I said something at the beginning. Music for me is purpose-driven. Life for me is purpose-driven. So for me, the days of crying are far behind me. Even though I still worry sometimes because I wished I could do things, you understand. But you see, life is in such a way that when you then begin to, if you then begin to flow in a certain kind of a frequency, understanding that, okay, you found purpose and you move on, everything begins to align even when you didn't expect it. When you said you left your job at the bank, I also quit a job because I wanted to focus on certain things. I don't want to just exist. And then, oh, he had a condition, so he didn't do anything, you know, he just gave into the condition. No, that's not my life. I live a purpose-driven life. There's
so much I want to talk about. Please, I'll book you for an exclusive interview.
I would love that.
Because there's so much. So much. Questions I want to ask. My question was screen do. Yes, this is a Ghana month. So Harmony, I'm asking you first. This is a Ghana month. And you bisa questions about personalities in Ghana. And what is the full name of Reggie Rockstone? Harmony.
Reggie Rockstone.
The full name of Reggie Rockstone is Reggie Rockstone. Okay, Chris, what is the full name?
If I get this wrong, it will be bad because I grew up in the same area as Reggie.
Then you don't have to.
I think it's Reginald.
Reginald Abedi.
I think it's Reginald.
No.
I've watched interviews where his name has been mentioned as Reginald or something. Yeah.
Reginald Abedi.
Rockstone.
So Reginald Rockstone, and no papa was friend Mr. Rockstone. How many your songs? So obi pay we say I hear fame na unkite.
Okay, nti do know YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube. I have about 24 videos there. And so and the name is Harmony There.
Harmony There. That's D-E-H.
Yes.
Yeah.
Harmony There. Harmony DEH. YouTube. When you go to Facebook, Instagram, you find most of the time I post stuff there.
Okay.
But almost all the songs are on YouTube.
Okay. Who social media handles? Harmony There.
Yes.
Okay. Chris, what's your name?
My songs can be found on YouTube, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Aftown, and And a lot of these are all of these streaming platforms. Because we
yours are also there.
Yes.
And you forgot.
And my social media handles.
But I hope they are doing nice. The songs are doing good.
Yeah. Not bad at
all. So before I forget, my social media handle is
yes.
at Chris K Original. The name Chris, the letter K, the word original. Chris K Original across all platforms. And the question you just asked, I've been checking my Audio Mac numbers, and it's encouraging. Yeah. Like I said, it's long term. A lot of people are going to get to know me because I'm on Pae Mu Ka, and then they are going to now go stream the song. It's going to increase the numbers.
True.
So with opportunities like these, we don't take them lightly at all, because if we come and just one person gets to listen to our song, that is an add-on, and to me, I don't take it lightly at all.
I so want the exclusive, so want the exclusives. That there's a lot. Okay, but every Reggie is Reginald. No. But you said he's Rockstone. That means his father is Mr. Rockstone, and his father is not Mr. Rockstone.
My God, how did I miss Yawa Asante? No, I mean, how did I miss Yawa Asante? Because if you listen to Reggie Rockstone's songs, he's always like Yawa Asante. So how did I miss it?
You missed it. And you grew up in the same area.
My goodness.
Reggie, in fact, this boy owes you lunch for missing your name.
I owe him his own watch. I owe him his
Rocks watch. You owe him watch. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I wish I had.
Thank you for the opportunity too. We are really grateful.
Most welcome. I wish I had a lot of time, because in some days, when you know me, I never ran out of questions. There be no questions on the military, madam.